Gabe Seekerus. I hope I got that right. Hi, Cedric and Patrick. I wanted to get this question in before I forgot it, so sorry for the early email and the long question. Gabe, I do not accept your apology. First time, long time, big fan, etc. Joe Lissette told the story on stream once of SEG Louisville. Oh, this is actually really funny. SEG Louisville in 2016, where he made a 65-player day 2 at 7-2 with good breakers, but hated his deck, so he dropped to play and win the Legacy Classic, expecting 2 people with worse breakers to drop and get the min cash plus points. And then apparently, Chris Anderson noticed that there were only 64 players listed because Joe had dropped, and since Chris was like 7-5, he just hung out and conceded to everyone for a few rounds, only to get 65th on breakers. Because 7-8 is the same as 7-2. Gabe said, that's the worst tournament beat I've ever heard, but I'm sure you both have some better ones from the min cash win and in tables. Anything good? Love the pod. Thanks for all you do. Okay, well, first of all, it's really hard to top that story because as someone who's known Chris Anderson for a long time, of course this would happen to him.
Yeah.
It's really, really funny.
It's really funny is like, what's the cut to day 2? 64 players. Did you make day 2? Yeah. How'd you end up 65th?
Yep. Yeah.
It's like, wait, I didn't think it worked that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do have a story from U.S. Nationals that Josh R. Layton won with Mythic. This is in Minnesota, 2011, 2012, sometime around then. A friend of mine named E. McKenzie. He's from Tennessee area. He's a professional poker player now. He hadn't played Magic for a little while, but he's qualified for this event. And there was a Rune Flare Trap Temple Bell.
Oh yeah, okay.
Deck,
yeah,
like Howling Mine, that nonsense.
And
like the best decks in front were like Mythic and like Jund. Okay, So I want to make sure I get this right. I believe that E was playing the. He was. Yeah.
Oh, I know this story.
You
this
sure?
One's so good.
Okay, he's playing Jund.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is an all timer.
Okay, so he's like, all right, turn 3, I'm gonna Blightning myself.
No, and keep in mind this is Ian's opponent, I believe, mulliganed to like 5 or 4. Yeah.
So he says, I'm gonna Blightning myself. Now remember, E has not played Magic for a little while, and his opponent's like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna Blightning myself, and his opponent goes. His opponent goes, all right, I'll twin cast that.
Yeah, so yeah. His opponent goes, Blightning myself on 4 cards.
Yep.
Ian tanks and he's like, what on earth could be going on right now? What he comes out with, the play that he comes out with is, my opponent's doing some sort of reanimator sort of thing. And is just going to Blightning themselves and then reanimate whatever with the 2 cards left over. So if I twin cast the Blightning,
they're out of cards.
They're out of cards. So like I'm covered against something being reanimated.
Yeah.
Because why else would my opponent on 4 cards Blightning themselves? What else could it be?
So he goes, I'll twin cast it. The opponent goes, all right, that resolves and discards 2 Obstinate Baloths.
Yeah. So opponent apparently did not know how Obstinate Baloth works.
Yes, correct.
And thought you could do it by Blightning yourself. It did not work.
Does not work.
But if you twin cast it, now it works.
Does work. Yeah. So I didn't know you knew the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an all timer.
Yeah. So that is a thing that happened. And yeah, I remember him coming up to us in Minneapolis and I'm just like, how do you round go? And he's like, you're not going to believe what just happened to me.
It's an unbelievable.
And I'm like, sure I will. I've heard every story. And I'm just like, you have to be fucking kidding me right now. And then of course, over the course of that weekend, he also ended up getting very sick and violently throwing up in the bathroom, and just anything that could go wrong for him that weekend did. And he's like, I don't know if I like Magic tournaments that much anymore. That's fair.